8 billion market cap, 1 billion volume. Wow. Oh God, look at that. Wow. Launched in October the 2020. Sure long. Suraj Maga. Bro, please share your view about BTC, short or long. Just go back into this video and I go over BTC, spend about 30 minutes on it. Just have a look. Okay. I give you my full BTC update at the beginning of this live stream. And if you have any questions, I'll still be here in 30 minutes and I'll answer them, all right? Because I'm just going to start this near token. All right, let's start. And I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing. So if you're interested in technical analysis, you can do it yourself. No, you don't need to wait for me. So I'm just marking up the all-time high and the all-time low. I'm just checking the figures to make sure that they're correct. And I'm getting the figures from CoinMarketCap. And then I'm just marking them off. Just so I know exactly where the all-time high was and where the all-time low was or is. Okay. So that's the all-time high, that's the all-time low. And then once I have that, that's the range. Okay. And just always bear that in mind. The price is always in the range. Just so happens that this is quite a large range. I can take it from the all-time low to the high. And I can do a fib on the log scale. And what you can see is that after we put in the all-time high, the price came down, it reacted of the 236, went back up, came down, reacted here on the 382, came to the 50% mark, came back up, rejected from the 382, came down, lost the 50% mark, reacted as a resistance, lost the golden pocket, didn't even react, and finally it started reacting, came all the way down to the 786, lost it, and as soon as you reclaim the 786, we're pumping. Okay, that's like what's happening on the price right now. So I think it's safe to say that these fib lines are in play. They're working. This 236, the back test of this 236 is where we're at now. You see how there's a little bit of reaction. That's also acting as an NSR flip on the top of this whole range. You see there's a little bit of a SR flip going on here. Okay, it's easy to see. It's easy to see what's going on. It's quite a deep correction. There's a lot of volume coming in on this increase in value here and here. See that? And then the decrease in value has reducing volume. So we have quite bullish price action right now since we put in the low the bear market low in October at about just under $1. Okay, it's quite bullish price action. We've held the all-time low. We haven't made a new all-time low, so that's bullish. That's a higher low. And what I can see is that it's easy to see there's 5 waves in this move up in the previous bull market. This is your wave 1 to the wave 2 to the wave 3. I'm just trying to see exactly where the 3 ended. Doesn't really matter. To the 4 to the 5. Okay, doesn't really matter where the 3 ended because that's the 5. That's the end. So this whole arm from the 0 to the 5 is your higher time frame wave 1. That's your wave 1. Okay, now we've had a correction, so down to here, down to here. Okay, we had a little impulse in January, but we lost that low. We lost it, and so therefore the correction continued because we were making lower lows on this downtrend. So I think the 2 ended here on the higher time frame. That's what it looks like. So then you would have this kind of higher time frame idea. So there's a 1 to 2. And now we're impulsing in our 3. So right now we're in the 3 of the higher time frame. This is a higher time frame. So this 3 will last for the whole duration of this bull market. Okay. Then you have another bear market to create a 4. The 4 shouldn't get underneath this previous 5, and then you'll have a 5. That's kind of pretty much what I'm envisioning. Once we clear this point pivot here, the bear market low should land at the all-time high at $20. So once we clear $20 and we do our 5 waves in this bull market, then in the next bear market you would expect $20 to hold as your low. That's what you would expect. Now if it doesn't happen, then it probably means that this whole move, this whole wave 1, was not correct. It will mean something else, but that's for the future. Let's not think about that right now. Change the color. Let me see what else I can do here just to see if there's anything. I do a fib time to 3 to 4. Nothing. Okay, there's nothing really to see. Keep that. Just hide it for now. I'll do a volume range pull in the whole range. Width, yeah, I can have a look at width. I'll have a look at it after this. So this is the whole volume range, the value area of the whole range. You can see that the value area high was acting as resistance, and now we've cleared it. That's the value area high. We clearly passed the point of control, which is also acting as resistance. It was a long time ago. Excuse me. Excuse me. and then we'll just have the value area low in just for reference. It's not relevant, just to see if it moves, and we can just delete that. We are coming into this higher range here, so potentially you could just do a little volume pull there as well, and you can see we've come into it already. And so this is really strong bullish price action. I will mark that off and I'll call that previous range. I'll call it previous range value area low. It's good to have these previous ranges because they give you a little guide of how the price could move in the future. Got a little bit of resistance coming in the high of this previous range. Where that point of control is, there's some trap liquidity there, but because the price moved down quite fast, you should probably get to the high of that range quite quickly as well. You see how you have these red candles, just fast drop, and the reason why the price came up and resisted was because you had this kind of consolidation area which resisted the price, but then we've cleared it now, so that's fine. It's looking really strong. We've recaptured this value, this previous range value area low. That's really quite bullish. And let me have a look at the fib retracement. We're into the 236, which is a fib level. So the next kind of move would be to flip that into support. You don't want to lose this pivot here, which is roughly at the same place as this previous range value area. We don't want to lose that. And that kind of corresponds to this value area high. So you have a little bit of a support zone here. You just don't want the price to kind of go down now like that. That wouldn't look good. You kind of want, if you want to go up, you want to just consolidate here to go up. Okay. Let me just see something else. If you do a pull, goes into okay, got rid of those. Get rid of this now. You can do big pull from the all-time high to the bear market low. It's the bear market low. So you see how we've easily cleared the golden pocket now. That kind of corresponds with this pivot here and this pivot here. So there's a couple of key pivots. I don't necessarily think we want to get back underneath this golden pocket, to be honest with you. I think you just want to hold that. If we do pull back now, you just kind of want to hold it as support for continuation. You don't really want to fall back. Now that we've claimed these lines, these levels, we want to just hold them now as support for continuation. Now, no one knows how far this is going to go. No one can predict how long the consolidation will be. But as long as you don't lose these levels, you can kind of remain bullish. Remain bullish. David's sending me some more stuff. Don't know what I'm seeing. Oh, okay. It's coming into this GAN line. For the most part, the only level that really matters is that one. We've passed it very easily. That's an achievement. It's a real achievement. Okay. And then if you do an extend, think these are your kind of higher time frame targets. Probably a really nice extension would be the $134, but you could probably find resistance somewhere earlier. And then if you want to do some kind of trend base fib pool into the down to the yeah, it's quite high up. It's not great. Probably that extension from the previous bull market high to the bear market low would be the best one. And then you could probably do trend based ones of this kind of this impulsive move that we're seeing. Potentially this one. We're at resistance now. At the moment we're into resistance, and then higher up don't really see any kind of amazing confluence yet. Something to note about this token is that you had a really deep correction this first time it went up. This was less, and then this was so you had a really strong wave 1, a deep correction, a less strong wave 3, and a met 5. Okay, so if history wants to repeat itself, we could have a really strong one. And let me just see how far this corrected this first time round. If history repeats itself. It almost got to the golden pocket. It was front run basically. Slightly. Yeah, so the 3 was weaker than the 1. And then and then that came to the 382. And then you had the met 5. So we don't know how far this is going to get. Let's just say for the sake of argument we get to the all-time high. If it was to repeat history, you could potentially go all the way up for all the way back down to here. It'd be the same. And then if you were to repeat history, wasn't nice. It missed the 1-to-1. So you have to see how far this corrects. If it does do the same thing, you'd have to see. It's not going to be straightforward, but potentially it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to work out. I think I prefer, of all of the things that I've done now, the one thing that I like the most is just this really easy extension from the previous bull market all the way down to the bear market low, and just do an easy extension. And then these aren't fib levels. This area is a pocket. That's a pocket, and then that's a major fib level. So if we were to extend, I wouldn't expect it to go past this 1.618, but I think at about somewhere between $46 and $72, people are going to be taking good profit. Okay. And why wouldn't they? From where we are now to the lower line, that's 4x all the way up to an 8x. But obviously the all-time high will be the first key resistance in this move up, and that's where we are now. That's another 1.5x increase in value. You're already dealing with quite a high market cap token as it is, but one thing that gives me confidence about this token is this volume. This volume is increasing, so it's probably quite healthy to go up to those higher numbers, probably. Yeah, and I think I'm seeing strength in the way the price is easily being able to get through these volume levels, and now it's in this previous range. It's basically back in the bull market range at the highs, where we had a little bit of hysteria at the highs. So we're back into that range now. It could range before it makes another step up. It's kind of what's going on right now on there. Do I see any other levels that are of interest? Yeah, I mean, potentially, but these are kind of wash levels. They're monthly levels. They've all been cleared of their liquidity. So there might be some there, but you can see how the wicks go up and it taps it and then it pulls back. So can't see anything crazy. You have this yearly level that probably will act as resistance as the price goes up there. So does that correspond with anything? Let's have a look. Let me get my volume range in now. The previous range value area high could offer us a little bit of resistance. That kind of, yeah. You see the yearly levels corresponding perfectly with this 886 on this fib pull from the bull market high to the low. There's quite a strong area of resistance. Yeah, I wouldn't ignore it. That's about $14, slightly lower, about $14. So I think there's going to be a little bit of resistance there. So potentially this move is going to stop there. Yeah, because we're back in the range. Why not go to the high and clear that liquidity before we get some kind of another correction? I don't see why not. I don't think it's just going to go straight to the all-time high. I wouldn't bet on it. Yeah, probably, definitely $14. Yeah. You're going to come into resistance already at $10.6, but I think the big resistance on the way up now is going to be $14, 14 and a half, thereabouts. I think you're going to see some quite heavy resistance, right? There's something to bear in mind. And maybe there'll be another correction before the price figures out what it wants to do, and you might get another push up. Okay, that's kind of what I'm imagining for this. So potentially up into there, and then we get a correction, and then maybe we just go for it. Who knows? The other thing to bear in mind is that you have some kind of channel going on. Yeah, potentially. I don't like the midpoint, so I'm going to ignore it. With these channels, I always like to see that the midpoint is reacting, and I can't see that. So maybe this is incorrect. Maybe it's here. So now, again, I'm not fond of this. So there was a little bit of reaction, but it's not great. It's not great. None of this is great. Let me just see. That would be better. No, but it's not right. So if that's not right. It's not a great channel. I'm just imagining it. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. I'll keep it anyway. Okay, I think that's my near update. It's not looking bad actually. As long as we hold this golden pocket, which we looks like we are, then we're good. And I can see today that it's really pushing up while Bitcoin goes nowhere. Okay, any questions on near? Anyone? Just bear in mind that 14.5 is going to be quite a strong level to contend with as we go up, and then before that probably at about 10.6 probably. Okay. This is very impulsive, very nice price action. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at BTC again. Let's keep an eye on it, see what's going on, just because, yeah, it's kind of